recent tracks that you put out this year with the bouncing, how you had the how you one of my favorites on there I think was about not being a hater because it seems too tedious and all that type of stuff. So for you, since you do incorporate a lot of societal social commentary, but then you also have a lot of like personal kind of life lessons or things that you learn, like the hater thing that I just referenced from bouncing, like what was the epiphany that you kind of learned, like, oh man, like I don't need to waste time on that stuff?
Right. I would just see people like, yo, he's not that good, you need to be here, like, you know, and they would be so mad about, you know, where somebody else is in life. You know, maybe if you stop worrying about that, you could be there too. You know what I'm saying?
Focus on you.
Exactly. So, you know, I was never that person. You know what I'm saying? I feel, you know, I might have differences, but I still understand, you know, what stuff, how things should be. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you know, who am I to say what this person deserves because they don't make what I like? You know what I'm saying? So you never know what they went through or what this person went through. So you can stress yourself out worrying about where the next man is in life, and you know, you can kind of hinder yourself and block your blessings because you're not focused on what you need to be.
Right.
So, you know, that's something that I learned, even if, you know, the things in my content and my music, even if it don't take me straight to the top, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep preaching it until I get there. I understand that my path is different. My path isn't like, you know, some of these artists. Their routes are different. My route is the stairs, you know what I'm saying? So if I go up the stairs and I fall down the flight of stairs, I'm good.
And was that something you had that mindset before you got into music, or is
Absolutely, absolutely. I had that mind. I won't say before I got into music, but the type of art that I made, like I said, if it was played so much that, you know, this is what I gravitated toward. This is what I'm used to. This is what's in me. It's in my blood. So, you know, these people played this stuff over and over and over and over again to the point I got tired of it. And then, you know, when I wasn't hearing it no more, I started missing it. So it was like I can't help it. I can't help but to do things this way. This is the only way I know how to do it.
And I think too that, you know, your rise over the last several years is a testament, and there's a lot of other obviously great lyricists that are out, and like, for instance, one that I really like, you know, is Vince Staples, that makes a lot of music that's not on the radio really, but his career is steadily progressing and he's getting bigger and bigger.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a testament that, you know, obviously people love people like Kendrick Lamar, but people like yourself, people like Vince Staples, there are a lot of artists that are lyrical, have a lot to say, that are growing and that are successful. Right. So I think it's a testament to being able to survive and thrive, to do it the way that you're doing it, the way that Vince is doing it. And I think it's important to show and people to understand that you can be super lyrical and have important things to say and be successful.
Absolutely.
So why do you think there's a perception that you can't do that and be successful when people like yourself are doing it?
For one, what we do is hard work. All these guys that you mentioned, it's hard work to sit down. Well, for me at least, you know. It's hard work to sit down and come up with all of this stuff that I'm saying. It's not easy. It's probably the hardest. It's fun, but it's probably the hardest part about everything we do. You know what I'm saying? So nobody likes to take the hard route. Everybody wants, you know, like you have the game, you can put it on easy, medium, or expert. So everybody puts the game on easy. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if you see people getting it the easy way all the time, and all of this stuff is on the radio and all of this stuff is in the videos, if you see 1 million people getting it the easy way and you don't see but 5 other MCs, you know, working hard and not getting there as quick, you know, which route would you take?
Well, I take the way with the foundation.
Exactly.
That's why you're gonna be there 20 years from now instead of 2 months from now.
What if you aren't aware of the foundation?
Yeah, well that's the personal, that's what's in you as a person though.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying, that's what's missing, the foundation and the knowledge of, you know, it goes back to paying homage and paying respect and doing research to learn about what the foundation is. A lot of people not doing that. A lot of people just see all of these MCs coming out and saying, I want to be like this guy.
And for you, since you're sonically, you know, with your mixtapes or even the individual songs on them and album now, what do you look for when you're looking for a beat? Is it more of the idea of the song you're looking for, or how does that work for you?
For me, it's just like, if I'm inspired, you know. I remember being in the studio with Ray Murray, Organized Noize, yeah.
Right.
And he played a beat, and I was like, man, you know, I don't like the drums on this. He was like, is this beat telling you to write something? I was like, yes. He was like, well, write it. We could change the drums later. Like, don't hinder, you know, your talent because you don't like a certain thing about a beat that you can change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, if it was your tone, you can't change your tone, you know what I'm saying? If it was your tone, then maybe we would have a problem. But he was like, you know, write the verse, and then if you find a better beat to match this verse, then, you know, you might like it even more, so.
But I think that speaks also to production, because
Absolutely.
now you're not getting a beat and the dude's leaving the studio and coming back when you're done with the song.
Exactly.
So for you, as your career has progressed, how have you noticed, you know, working with people that make beats versus working with producers? Like, how has that changed or helped you, or how have you had to adapt to that?
For me, the first time really consistently working with producers was this album. You know what I'm saying? So imagine being, you know, the first time working with big name producers, I would say. Imagine being in a room with these guys like Salam Remy and Organized Noize. All you're thinking about is their history and all the stuff they used to create, and that creates pressure for you to kind of give your all. But for me, I just feel like I was meant to do this, and every time I walked in a room with these guys, you know, I came out a better artist, I feel like.